People seem to love Mario Kart prediction videos, and with a brand new Mario Kart just around the corner, I figured why not make a series of me predicting this brand new game. Today, I'm going to be starting this series off by predicting the characters of Mario Kart 9, or Mario Kart X, or whatever they end up calling this game. With that being said, I'm the biggest nub on YouTube, Christendo, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel, that helps me out a ton, and you can help me get one step closer to reaching my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. While you're at it, if you want to talk to me and others about all things Nintendo, consider joining the Chris Discord server. The link is down in the description. With that being said, here's my prediction for the character roster of Mario Kart on Nintendo Switch 2. Before we get into this roster, let's go over a couple ground rules I set for myself. Firstly, how many characters will be in this roster? When I was planning out this video, I was between 56 and 64 characters, but after some consideration, I feel like that 64 characters is a good number, and especially with 24 players racing at once, I think this is a good size for the roster. For this, I'm also going to be only using Mario characters. Sure, it would be cool to see a few outsiders in the game, but this is Mario Kart after all, so I wouldn't want these outsiders to take up spots in the roster unless they're part of DLC. And lastly, this is my prediction. If you agree or disagree with my picks, that's completely fine. You can go ahead and tell me what you agree and disagree with down in the comments, but I know how YouTube comments can be, so let's try to keep this civil. Now with that out of the way, let's get into the roster. Starting off, let's talk about the confirmed characters. So far we know of 24 characters that will be in the game. These being Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Yoshi, Toad, Daisy, Rosalina, cringe, Donkey Kong, Wario, Koopa Troopa, Pauline, Waluigi, Toadette, Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Baby Peach, Baby Daisy, Baby Rosalina, cringe, Bowser Jr., Lakitu, King Boo, Shy Guy, and Birdo. There's also a possible 25th confirmed character with Dry Bones, as there is a small gray looking character in a frame of the trailer, but at this time he hasn't been fully confirmed. With us having 24 characters already, we still need to predict 40 more. Firstly, we have Dry Bones. As mentioned, Dry Bones isn't fully confirmed yet, but based on the reasonings I've already given, I think he's likely to be in the game. Up next, we got Dry Bowser. Dry Bowser has been in many past Mario Kart games like Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so honestly, I'd be surprised to see him not return. Following Dry Bowser, we have Diddy Kong, Funky Kong, and Dixie Kong. All these Kongs have been in Mario Kart before, so much like Dry Bowser, I'd be surprised if they weren't in this large of a roster. Following those Kongs, we got Cranky Kong and King K. Rool, and with these two, I feel with the Mario movie being a big success, and Nintendo seemingly wanting to push the Donkey Kong series to be bigger with Switch 2, having a mainstay Kong with Cranky Kong, and the main villain of the series with K. Rool being in Mario Kart would make a lot of sense. Following them, I have Toadsworth, and honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't been in a Mario Kart game yet. And despite him being absent until more recently when he appeared in Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door on Switch, I feel like Nintendo wants to start bringing older characters back, so seeing Toadsworth here makes a lot of sense. Up next, we got the Koopalings with Larry, Roy, Wendy, Lemmy, Iggy, Morton, and Ludwig. I know that everyone is sick of the Koopalings because of the new Super Mario Bros. Series, but I still feel that they deserve spots in Mario Kart, especially since they haven't made an appearance since 2012 outside of a couple ports. And along the same lines of the Koopalings, we have Kamek, and with him being Bowser's second in command and finally appearing in a Mario Kart game with the Booster Course Pass, it only makes sense that Kamek will be in this game. Continuing with some characters that have been in Mario Kart before, we got Petey Piranha and King Bob-omb, and these two are iconic bosses from their respective 3D Mario games, being Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine, and with Petey returning in the BCP and King Bob-omb finally defeating a Mario Kart Tour, I could see these two being in the game. We also have Nabbit, and with him becoming more and more apparent in the Mario series, with being playable in Tour and a playable character in Mario Wonder, I feel that Nabbit deserves to be in this roster. We also got a couple enemies with Monty Mole, Chargin' Chuck, Wiggler, and Hammer Bro, and these four were in Mario Kart Tour, and Wiggler was in the Booster Course Pass, so I don't see why they wouldn't be brought back here as well. On the topic of enemies, we have a new character with Goomba, and Goombas are the most iconic Mario enemies, so I'm honestly surprised they haven't been playable already. I know it doesn't make sense since these guys don't have any hands, but they've been in Mario Party before despite this, so why not in Mario Kart as well? I'm gonna be honest, from here on out I was struggling to come up with ideas for characters, so I ended up having a couple weird picks, but hear me out. Starting off, we got Egad. He's become more of a popular character in recent years thanks to the Luigi's Mansion series, and I think that because of this, and since he was cut from being added in Mario Kart DS, he deserves to be in the next Mario Kart game. We also got Blooper. I know I'm gonna get a lot of eyebrow raises from this, but I just think it would be super funny to have this infamous item as a playable character. Up next, we got Spike, and he's just a funny little guy and a cool enemy, so you know what? Why not? We also got Piantas, and they've been spectators in Mario Kart games before, so I think it's time for them to finally get behind the wheel in a Mario Kart game. Next up, we got Cappy, and he's an important character in the most recent 3D Mario game at this time being Mario Odyssey, and to represent this game a bit, I think he fits well in this roster. On the topic of 3D Mario, we got Boom Boom and Pom Pom, and these two Mad Lads are important to 3D Land and 3D World, so they could act as representation for those games, as well as just be some cool characters to see outside of just mediocre boss fights. And on the topic of 3D World, we got the Sprixie Princess, and they were playable in Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, so why not give them another spin-off appearance as a playable character in Mario Kart, plus more 3D World representation isn't bad at all. well. We got Prince Florian, and he was your sidekick in the most recent 2D Mario game, Mario Wonder, so why not let him also star in a Mario Kart game? We also got Donkey Kong Jr., and he appeared in the first Mario Kart, and he hasn't appeared since outside of Mario Kart Tour, so I feel he deserves to make a comeback here. Next we got Honey Queen. Mario Galaxy is cringe, but since we're bringing back every other Mario Kart character, we might as well also bring her back. But if we're bringing Honey Queen, we gotta bring Lubba, as every other 3D Mario has representation in this roster, and while Galaxy 2 is cringe, we might as well give it representation with Lubba. You're welcome, Galaxy fans. And next up, we got Paper Mario. And yes, he's another Mario, but he's the only Mario clone. Plus, he's Paper Mario, not Mario Mario. He'd be cool to see in a Mario Kart game, and I could see him acting as a secret character for this game. Starting our final three, we got Rob, and he appeared in Mario Kart DS. He's cool as hell, so Nintendo, just bring him back. We also got Sonic the Hedgehog. He's Sonic the Hedgehog. Enough said. And last but not least, we got Mii. Not only does it make sense to let Mii be in Mario Kart, but Mii has been in every Mario Kart game since Mario Kart Wii, so why end it here? And that's my predictions for the character roster of Mario Kart on Nintendo Switch 2. Are you mad I didn't include Baby Paulina on this list and instead put Sonic the Hedgehog? Let me know my list sucks down in the comments, and while you're at it, tell me who you want to see in this Mario Kart game. I'm honestly super excited for this game. At this point, I'd say it's my most anticipated game of the year. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is going to be a series, and I plan to cover items, retro tracks, and nitro tracks, so make sure to let me know what you want to see next. With that being said, that's it for this one, but if you want to see another video by me, there's a video on screen now where I break down the Mario Kart trailer for Nintendo Switch 2, and I think you'll enjoy it. I'm the biggest nub on YouTube, Christendo, signing off, and goodbye, Nub Nation.